So the DOJ is appealing Judge Cannon's ruling in the Trump theft of classified documents case. And boy, does the new DOJ court filing take Judge Cannon to task. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So the Department of Justice is appealing Judge Aileen Cannon's ruling in the litigation involving the classified documents that Donald Trump stole from the federal government and unlawfully concealed down at Mar-a-Lago. And in its most recent court filing, the Department of Justice directly takes on one part of Judge Cannon's order. And that is the part where Judge Cannon ordered the Department of Justice and the FBI to stop criminally investigating the classified documents they seized from Mar-a-Lago. Now, Judge Cannon said, well, the intelligence community can continue its risk assessment. That is, they can assess the potential damage to our national security that may have been caused by Donald Trump's theft of these classified documents. But you must stop dead in its tracks the FBI criminal investigation regarding these classified documents. Here's the new reporting on the Department of Justice's appeal. Headline in Politico: DOJ appeals special master ruling in Trump Mar-a-Lago probe. And that article begins, the Justice Department is seeking to overturn a federal judge's ruling that blocked investigators from reviewing a range of highly sensitive documents seized from former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Prosecutors said in a new court filing that U.S. District Court Judge Aileen Cannon's decision to temporarily halt the FBI's ability to probe the ex-president's handling and storage of classified materials would cause irreparable harm to efforts by the intelligence community to protect national security interests. In order to assess the full scope of potential harms to national security resulting from the improper retention of the classified records, the government must assess the likelihood that improperly stored classified information may have been accessed by others and compromised. Justice Department Counterintelligence Chief Jay Bratt argued in the filing. But that inquiry is a core aspect of the FBI's criminal investigation. And following up on that reporting by Politico, here is the operative passage from the recent DOJ court filing where the federal prosecutors try to explain to Judge Cannon the implication of her ruling. The court stated that its order was not intended to impede the classification review and/or intelligence assessment by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, but the intelligence community's review and assessment cannot be readily segregated from the DOJ's and the FBI's activities in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation. Okay, friends, let's unpack what all of that means. What it means when Judge Cannon says the DOJ and the FBI must stop its criminal investigation regarding these documents, but the intelligence community, like the CIA, can certainly continue its risk assessment of the damage to our national security that Trump might have caused as a result of stealing and unlawfully concealing all of these classified documents. So let's use a hypothetical to visualize some of this. Let's just assume that regarding one classified document, Donald Trump took it, stole it from the federal government, brought it down to Mar-a-Lago with him. And when he took it, he folded it up, he put it in his breast pocket, and he never removed it the whole time. He never took it out, he never showed it to anybody, he never compromised the information that was contained in that classified document. Well, the risk assessment being conducted by the intelligence community might be the risk is very low that his conduct endangered national security because he didn't show that one to anybody. Let's change the hypothetical. Donald Trump took that one classified document, folded it up, put it in his breast pocket, brought it to Mar-a-Lago, and from time to time he took it out. He showed it to guests and visitors. He let them copy it. He let them snap pictures of it. Maybe some of those guests and visitors were covert foreign intelligence operatives. Maybe Trump knew that when he was showing them the document. Maybe he didn't. What would the intelligence community risk assessment be? Potentially, the damage to our national security is great. There's an extreme risk that our national security has been compromised by Donald Trump's conduct regarding that one classified document. Here's the thing, friends. You know who conducts that factual investigation to determine whether Donald Trump never showed the document to anybody or showed it to everybody? Let them copy it. Maybe he sold it to them. The FBI does that investigation. They develop the factual basis that is then handed off to the intelligence community for its risk assessment. The intelligence community is not a law enforcement agency. They don't conduct that factual investigation. So Judge Cannon saying, you can do this, but you can't do that. You can assess the risk, but I'm not going to permit you to develop any facts that would enable the intelligence community to intelligently assess the risk. That's absurd. And in a very polite and cordial way, but in a very pointed way, DOJ in its most recent court filing said, Judge, that's absurd and you are endangering our national security. Because when you tell us we have to stop criminally investigating with the FBI, well, then the intelligence community cannot assess the risk to our national security. So we've stopped all efforts. And Judge, you are endangering our national security. Let me use one other hypothetical to try to highlight the frivolity of what Judge Cannon has ordered. Let's now go from a legal setting to a medical setting, right? You have a patient who's going in for an operation, and this operation requires that a heart surgeon and a vascular surgeon be in the operating suite working together to perform the operation. Judge Cannon would order, well, you can have the vascular surgeon in there, but I'm not going to permit you to have the heart surgeon in there. So the patient dies. That is the impact of Judge Cannon's ruling. Our national security is at a heightened risk because of the unworkable order she handed down that the Department of Justice has now highlighted the fact that, Judge, it's an unworkable order. And while we're appealing the entirety of your order, they filed what's called a request for a stay. Just that one little piece, we're asking you to reconsider. And we're asking you to allow us to competently investigate these matters, the classified documents that Donald Trump compromised or may have compromised to the damage and the detriment of our national security. You have to let us move forward on both fronts. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if Judge Cannon reads the DOJ pleading, which is really brilliantly drafted. I urge everybody read it. And here's what I'll say. If Judge Aileen Cannon is an honest broker of the law, she will reconsider her ruling and she will be convinced by DOJ's arguments, because DOJ is trying to protect our national security. Because justice matters. Friends, we'll stay tuned to this one. Please stay tuned. Please stay safe. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.